Hey everybody, welcome to the Zerv video. Today we're going to be telling you about his location, his random rolls, and my recommendation for December 3rd, 2021. You can find him in his regular location in the tower, so just head into the top left section of the tower and you can find him right here at the precipice. I do love the word precipice. And this is a high overview in case this is all you wanted. First up today we have the HUCKLEBERRY, a very fun weapon because it like doubles or triples down on the idea of Rampage, however just not really making the top 10 in either mode. Firstly, it has a Rampage, so you do more damage as you get kills and you get stuff with it. The other perk increased the rate of fire and the recoil while holding down the trigger, which is basically just more damage downrange, and kills with this weapon reload a portion of the magazine. I believe the Callus makes it so you reload the entire magazine, or at least more of the magazine at a time, which is, again, a triple, quadruple down on the idea of Rampage. The problem is that it's very heavily dependent on getting that kill. If you don't get that kill, you don't get the magazine, you don't get the Rampage, and of course the fire rate and recoil can throw you off. So it's not something that really excels in top 10 meta stuff, but it's a lot of fun, especially if you can get kills, something like Gambit. This is really effective. Moving on to the Hunter exotic, we have the RAIDEN FLUX, one of my favorite exotics of all time. I believe this was like number 2 or number 3 at the game at some point, then got kicked out of the top 10 as it just depreciated over time, and then finally this season, we got a big buff to Arc Staff, like 30% more damage in PvE if I remember correctly, and this thing is back in the top 10, very close to the top 5 as well. And with that, if you saw my top super damage video where I went over all the damages you can do with all the exotics and supers in the game, this one was the total super damage king at like 1.3 million damage. Second place was what, like 800,000, not even close. So if you want total damage in a super lasting very, very long, this is the exotic for you. Alternatively, the starter scales can be nice, but this one lasts a lot longer, which could be a bigger advantage. When it comes to the stats, it doesn't have recovery, but it does have mobility and intellect. However, the total stats a little bit low. You could compensate the recovery with some other stuff, but I would like a better roll. But if you don't have one, this is fine. Up next for the Titan exotic, we have the INSURMOUNTABLE SKULLFORT. I love how big this name is. It's like it's trying to get off the screen or something. Anyways, this is actually a really fun exotic. I believe I put this on the very tippity top for Crayola rank for Titan exotics because this thing is so much fun. You go in there, you get an arc melee ability, hitting an enemy, you get a kill, you get your full arc melee ability, and you get health regeneration. And this also includes your shields as well. For some reason, some things say health and only mean health, and some things mean health and shields. Which is why it's so much fun, because you go in there, you get all your health back, you hit a bunch of enemies, you get your melee back, you do a little spin sprint, and you do it again. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, in the highest level play, it's not really going to do much because melees are dangerous, but it is a lot of fun for the perhaps legend and below. As far as the total stats go, high mobility, high strength is what you want with this exotic, and again, you could compensate your recovery, although I would like that higher, 63 average total stats, a pretty decent roll for a pretty fun exotic. And finally, the Apotheosis Veil, an exotic that I just don't know when I'd want to use. You get your health, melee, grenade, rift energy upon activating your super, and nearby allies recharge their class ability faster. And I asked myself, when do I want this? When does this make a difference? And I do not have an answer to this other than glitching the game and picking up a ball as you activate your super so you get your melee and grenade energy and then you still have your super, which I don't even know if it's still in the game, but it was kind of silly. Total stats 63 is alright, recovery, mobility, and intellect is also pretty nice to see in all of these, and personally I like mobility on warlocks, other people don't, but either way, this is a nice set of stats on an exotic I just never use. Following that for the weapons, Dire Promise, Snapshot Elemental Capacitor, not really what you're looking for. However, the Stasis version is nice, since we now have the Stasis version. But furthermore, you definitely need a lot more range on this. It has high aim assistance, but you need range because it's a lower range, higher magazine 140. Following that, the ENIGMA'S Draw, rapid hit opening shot. It's actually a pretty good roll, but you definitely would, again, want a bit more range. Handling does not matter for this kind of weapon. False Promises, Threat Detector, Eye of the Storm, High Impact, Extended is nice. Would like to see a bit more range, and these two perks are not great. The Akelos Sniper Rifle, No Distractions, Box Breathing is a nice set for PvE. However, I prefer the slow fire rate, high impact snipers for PvE, just better efficacy overall. First and last out, auto loading is amazing, demolition is okay, however I prefer Vorpal, and of course Assault Mag is better here, but getting close to a perfect one. The Honor's Edge, Relentless Whirlwind is what you actually want, so ignore that one. The Keening, Rapid Hit Surrounded, Ricochet, Extended Barrel, pretty damn good set of rolls actually. Just wish I had a range mesh to work here and it would be pretty much one of the better versions. And in the last section, the Legendary Armors. For the Hunters, obviously, you're going to see whatever class you are on. 60, high recovery, okay. The chest piece, high recovery, 62 is a little better with the intellect, which is better on the Hunters. The helmet, 61, mobility, recovery, and intellect, which is definitely the best I've seen so far. And this one, no recovery. So the helmet seems like the best, but you could definitely do better. And if you don't know, I actually live stream right after these Xur videos, and all the time's on screen right now. Today, we're going to be doing it on YouTube and doing open lobby raids. So if you want to do Vaulted Glass and you've never done it, come join us. We'd be more than happy to help. And this one's going to be on YouTube, so stick around, you'll probably see the notification. And of course, a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Specifically, a big thank you to Mom and Dad, Christian Thompson, Dr. Strange, Kellyanne, Monday, Stu Buckness, Raymond Schoner, Unipanther, Casey Reagan for the support on Patreon. And that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name is Dychronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.